Tarik goes on to say, "Why should I go on living? I was just part of this plan? The greatest victory that a general can achieve is peace. But forgetfulness? The council did not care much for the dead, more and more, and the loss of the temple was discussed feverishly. Sacrable." Tarik cursed in Philistine and in spirit. It's good to belong to a great nation. Well. He remembered Dalila from childhood, the insecure, smallest and skinny stutterer, running behind the crowd of children behind her. So he promised that if she survived, he would take her as another wife. And again he felt a fraction of a divine and mean plan because they told him they had found her and that he was breathing. He remembers. Delilah is a very old word for lust. For many months he healed this scarred body, once beautiful and then crippled. He looked at her like a prickly pear and could not love. He stared at her for hours, aware of her humanity. He talked to her at night, trying antonyms and Sudoku, and anthropomorphic comparisons, considering the constellations of intrigue at the courts of those days. Delilah insisted, like a foreseeing woman, that some might be larger than the whole, and the bubbling eruptions of her erudition fought the general's eloquence and elegance. The wedding was great. Magnificent. And he got a lot of fake curls and a goatee as a gift. She then ran away with his son, smelling of sea salt and poppies. Tarik was a general and had to give chase. He ordered the discretion of the chase commander so that they would not be caught by accident. Tarik had been sharpening the knife and the goatee for months. Today he teaches his own great-grandchildren and cuts their dreams with cool science scissors, and worse, destroys their enthusiasm and mental optimism with outbursts of cynicism. He trims the nails with small scissors, which he also uses to model intimate hairstyles on the nose. He would always remember the son of the sun, Samson. "Does cutting my nose hair diminish my power?" Tarik guessed. Apparently so. Tarik darkened and slapped the camel. Just in case, he slapped the camel again. This time on a different hump, or maybe his strength was like that artificial honey goatee? Maybe he had to hide a little dagger in it to feel it and experience that power? He sneaked back to the staff room and with sweaty hands yanked the door of his locker open. The chins and the sword were in place. He touched them like Ibn Sayful and pressed his hand against his crown. He remained there for a moment in the faction between reality and everyday life, swaying his head, squeezing it with both hands. Thoughts returned to their favorite places, as is the custom with us Philistines. He did not take his eyes off the abacus, and the colorful beads made him aware of the passage of years and centuries, when it rolled alone, a small circle of God's plan. He was nobody and his hands were sweating. He stopped going to Delilah's mound a long time ago and they used her ashes to make bricks. Start at www.kubi.pl and chapter TS001 in 91 languages.